You're drunk, Hannah said. Do yourself a favor and don't start kissing everyone and telling them how much you love them. As much as I'd enjoy watching you do it, you'd hate yourself in the morning. Scott came in the back door onto the porch, and Hannah excused herself after greeting him with a peck on the cheek. She's drunk, she whispered in his ear. Scott shook off his coat and sat down in the wicker rocker Hannah had just vacated, looking at Maggie with sincere sympathy. I'm so sorry about your Grandpa Tim, he said. I know how fond he was of you and how much you loved him. Maggie nodded in an exaggerated way and then wiped her eyes. I've had a little whiskey, she said. You'll have to excuse me. I do, Scott said. It's completely understandable given the events of the recent days and weeks. Not to mention months and years, Maggie said. That too, yes. It all started when Cousin Liam died. We were all just kids. That was very sad. Then Dad fell off the ladder, I remember. Then I didn't go to college. You could always go back. No, she shook her head. Way too late, in all regards. Don't argue with me. Okay, he said. Then Grandma Rose died. I was scared to death of her. We all were. She hated my mother. They fought, that's true. Then Sam got his legs blown off outside Kuwait. That was awful. Then Gabe left, she said. But you know all about that. Scott just nodded. Then my house burned down. That was terrible, Scott said. Then Brian left Ava. Yes, he did. Oh, wait, she said. Eve left Ed on Valentine's Day. Gabe left me right before Easter. And then you and what's-her-name broke up. When did that happen? It was May of the same year, 7 years ago. That whole year sucked. It did. So where was I? Brian left Ava. Oh, and Brad drowned? Don't forget Brad. That was when we were in high school. Sean loved him, you know. I know. It was sad for everyone. Sean left home because Theo blackmailed him. He lives in Pittsburgh. He'll be here soon. I just saw him. He's in the kitchen. Sean's a good brother. Yes, he is. Theo was a rotten bastard. Yes, he was. And now, he's dead. Yep. Why does everyone keep leaving or dying? She asked him. You're the police. Do something. Grandpa Tim was old and sick, so he was going to have to die sometime. But why today? Hannah's pit bulls got killed today. Caroline broke Drew's heart yesterday. Sam keeps breaking Hannah's heart over and over and over. Ava broke Patrick's heart. You and I are barely speaking. Brian's such a bastard. Now, Grandpa Tim's dead. Why can't God spread it all out a little more? People are choosing to do most of those things, Maggie, not God. But God is supposed to send angels to intervene. Why do they show up for some things, but not others? Is there a 7-year curse on us or something? Did we forget to invite some bad fairy to a christening? I don't know, Maggie. It's definitely been a roller coaster this year. That's exactly right, Maggie said. You said a true, right thing right there you just did. I think it's time for some plain coffee, Maggie. What do you say? All right. I've had enough, she said, but took another sip of her whiskey-laced coffee. You let me have that, and I'll go make you a fresh one without whiskey in it. You always take good care of me, Maggie said. You're a good man, Scott. A fine man.